Okay. All right, you guys. Welcome to the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. We have not started live just yet. We are actually kind of getting ready. We will be live in just a couple of minutes, but I'm so excited because we have some of the crew here with a gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. And so they are here. Y'all just wave to the Inspired Overflow audience. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we are so excited that you have decided to tune in and listen and watch today's live interview. I want you to do us a favor, okay? This is a gospel stage play. This is about getting the word out to the world. Will you share this message right now? Just share it, share it, share it, share it. Because I believe that our guests, they have a word that you need to hear on today. So we are joined with Rhonda Hopton, who is the writer and the director.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then we have this beautiful young lady, Kennedy.
Hello.
She's only 10 years old. And she plays the starring part of this play. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Then we have Kiara Davis, who is here. And then we have Mark Johnson, who is here. And y'all, we got Kennedy's mom, Crystal. She's in the back. She's waving. She is in the back. So, all right, well, let's see. I see Hernandez at the doorway. So we got just a couple of minutes. Darian, I just want to make sure that the screen is okay, that the other part is not connected.
Oh, this part? Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, all right, good. Is it okay if I go live? Yeah. As many people going live as important. So you guys, we're going to give away 2 tickets during today's broadcasting. So those on Facebook Live, you'll be eligible too. We're going to figure out some way, somehow. So whoever responds first, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to give away 2 free tickets to the gospel stage play that is taking place on Saturday, November the 17th. These tickets are $40 each. So we're giving away 2 tickets. This is a great value to hear the word of God and to really be entertained and also blessed through this broadcast. So stay tuned. We're giving away tickets. And don't forget to share this broadcast. Do y'all hear music? Have we started yet?
No, we haven't.
No? Okay. All right. I don't have my headphones. Are you excited, Kennedy?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. My granddaughter, her name is Kennedy. She's 10 years old. She's in the 5th grade. So, yeah, I'm going to have to show her this Kennedy. Yes. So, I am. Well, my husband is older. So, So I got an immediate family really quickly.
Okay.
Yes. All right, you guys. Well, I'm excited. So we prayed and we're ready to go. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So if you guys have any questions for our cast and crew as you hear their stories and as you hear more about the stage play, go ahead and type in your comments and we'll try to read them and share them online live on the air as well, okay? Awesome. So you're live, Kiara.
Oh.
Are you? No. Mark,
I'm
you
live.
Mark's live.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, I hear the music, so that means we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to wait for Hernandez to give me the cue. Because I don't have headphones on.
What's it?
You need a phone. She can't turn it down. And welcome to the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. I am your host, Casey Starlong. And look, I'm just so excited that God has led you here for another week of the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. Now listen, if this is your first time ever watching one of our broadcasts, I want to welcome you because here at Inspired Overflow, we're really more than just a radio show. We are a ministry designed to help you live your best life through Jesus Christ. And so we try to accomplish this in a variety of different ways. But every now and again, God sends just some incredible people with an incredible testimony and story of praise. And Inspired Overflow is a platform to get the word out and to point the way to Jesus Christ. And so before I get to our guests, we got a full house here today in the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. Before I get to them, I just want to honor and acknowledge our church sponsor of the week. They are Haven House City of Refuge Church, where the pastor is Michael Folks and the first lady is Phyllis Folks. We thank God for Haven House. They partner with us each and every week here at Inspired Overflow to help us do what God has called us to do. Now, if you're looking for a church home, Haven House City of Refuge Church, they invite you to come worship with them on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Haven House City of Refuge, they are located at 8786 North Broadway, and that is in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, you guys, we have, unless you've been living under a rock, there's been a lot of conversation about sexual abuse, the Me Too movement. We've done shows regarding the Me Too movement, but I'm excited today because our guest has decided to go a little bit beyond Me Too, and she's sharing her story. And how many of you all realize that God gives us different gifts and creative ways to do amazing things to point the way to Him? And so I'm so proud of her. She is not a stranger to us here at Inspired Overflow. But I want to welcome back, I'll say this is the first time as director and writer,
Yes.
right? So welcome back to the Inspired Overflow Radio Show, Miss Rhonda Hopton.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Excited to be back.
So
as a writer and director.
Right, as a writer and director. So, Rhonda, I was thinking about, I think we first got connected in 2012.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So it was a couple of years ago. And so you have come on the show in different capacities. You've shared about raising a child with special needs.
Yes.
You've come on the show. You talked about friendships. So you've been here a couple of times. But today you're here to talk about a stage play that God has given you called The Girl Who Never Cried.
Yes.
And I mentioned earlier that, we've been having a lot of conversation in our country regarding Me Too, and you're hearing a lot of stories of sexual abuse survivors share. But I want you to tell us about The Girl Who Never Cried and why you decided to share your story in this type of format.
Okay, so it is a true story, and actually I am the girl who never cried. This was downloaded to me from God in the way that I'm supposed to share it and using my own gifts that He has given me. I wanted to share it at this time because of everything that's going on, and also to walk into my purpose. And for me, this has been, I thought I was totally healed from this, but writing this stage play, working with my cast, this has also been healing for me and talking about it. And so my passion and my purpose at this point is to bring people from victim and living a life as a victim to victor. And truly, truly, we can say this. We say this all the time that, I'm going to turn my pain into purpose. I'm going to turn my pain into purpose. But this is truly a testament of me turning my pain into purpose. And that's what I'm really, truly excited about through this stage play.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, you guys, we are joined in the studio with Rhonda Hopton, and so you're also joined with some individuals from the cast.
Yes.
Some of the cast from The Girl Who Never Cried. And so, Rhonda, I think it's important for us to understand that you are a survivor of sexual abuse.
Yes, I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, and that's what the stage play is about. I was abused by my stepfather, who was a pastor, and that is kind of the gist of the play. Some of it, I'm not going to give all of it away, but I'm a survivor, and I am healed, and I wanted to tell about it. And I heard some people on Facebook was like, or some people were saying, that story is going to be so sad, but it is not. When you come see this stage play, you're going to experience every emotion known to man.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you guys, Rhonda is here. She's also joined with some of the cast members from The Girl Who Never Cried. And so tickets are available for you to purchase and for you to support this gospel stage play taking place on Saturday, November the 17th at 7 o'clock p.m. It's going to take place inside of the Henry Gibbons Auditorium on the campus of Harris Stowe State University. You can purchase tickets by going to Eventbrite and typing in The Girl Who Never Cried. Now, this is a gospel stage play that is based on a true story. It's your story.
It is my story.
It is your story. And so, you know, I've heard bits and pieces knowing you throughout these years. But tell us just a little bit about the plot.
Okay. Well, first I wanted to set it how I grew up. So we grew up with my grandmother and my uncle and my aunt, and everybody was always around, and it was so much fun and craziness and all this, everything that was always going on. So that's when I'm saying that you're going to experience all different type of laughter, and it's going to be, and it's going to be like a family. We're going to bring you to a family, and we're going to have fun, and you're going to laugh and cry, and so it's based on my childhood, like I said, and I was raised with my uncle and my aunt, and she was kind of like really churchy, always talking about church and always trying to save someone. And my one uncle, he was always at the liquor store, so she would be praying for him. And so, like, yeah, pray for me, but I'm going to get this, liquor. But, so it's funny, it's entertaining, but it's also going to be serious. It's also going to prepare. Every part of this play is going to push people towards their purpose. This is what I want to do. I want to have people turn their pain into purpose. And if I can do it, you can do it. So, and everybody has a message, and that's one of the reasons why I started the I'm Still Here movement. So
sure, and we're going to talk about that I'm Still Here movement because this is something that God placed on your heart. We hear a lot of people talking about #MeToo. I am a victim of survivor. I'm a survivor, or I was a victim of sexual abuse. But now God has given you something as far as like the next step. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, I want you to just introduce the cast, some of the cast that are here with us today.
So I brought some of my cast with me. I have the young lady who is playing myself. Her name is going to be Rain, but her name is Kennedy Allen. And we have Rain here. She's with us today, and she's 10 years old. She's very gifted and talented, and I can't wait for you guys to see her in this play. She is going to move the whole audience.
I want to talk about that because this is such a serious topic. And I remember when you were kind of putting out auditions, especially for the children, how, I'm going to ask you, Kennedy, how has it been being part of a play where the topic is so grown up and adult? How has that been for you?
Well, it's just like me learning a new thing about sexual abuse, and me just, what am I trying to say, like, learning and seeing how other people, because some of my friends may have went through it, but I don't know, and they're not telling their story, so I'm going to be the girl who's, like, expressing myself and telling people about what's happening to me.
Very good. And, that's a good point that, like, we look at little Kennedy, at the age of 10 and we think, like, well, maybe, our kids are so young to talk about sexual abuse, but obviously this was happening to you at such a young age.
Yeah, it started happening to me at 8 years old, so I don't think it's too soon to start talking about this because statistics shows that it's 1 out of every 3 girls are being sexually abused, and if you do the numbers, and somebody actually is being sexually abused right now. Wow. And so it starts at a very, very young age, so I don't think it's too young, but I think that it was very important for me to explain it to her and tell her what her purpose is through this play, and then also speak with her mother and let her know that this is a very grown topic, but through my testimony and her delivering it at such a young age and the innocence behind her, she's going to be able to bring people, out of the closet. And you don't know who's not sharing, So, and for people to see her as a young girl and taking on this role, and she's taking on this role and this responsibility, and she's doing an excellent job with it, and I'm so very proud of her. So, and she's an honor roll student, and she's busy, and her schedule is more busier than
Right.
mine.
And, you know, for those of you that are watching live or you're listening to us from your radio or in your cars, Kennedy's mom is here. So she is a proud mom. Kennedy's mom is close and connected with her. Rhonda, who else do you have with us here today?
Okay, I have Miss Kiara Davis, and she is playing the role of Aunt Cat. She is the church woman and just trying to bring everyone to Christ.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Kiara, tell us a little bit, because I know a little bit about your character that, you know, as Rhonda said, that you're the woman that's praying and, you know, kind of over the top, if that's possible.
Yes.
But tell us, how have you been impacted by being part of this?
Oh, well, just being able to come out of character, because I'm more of a dramatic person, but I'm loud and, you know, and just dramatic myself. So what I've learned from it is just, because I always wanted to be an actress, and so what I'm learning from this is how to discipline myself, memorizing things, putting your own flavor to things, and even in my personal life, just being consistent with it. So I think I learned just being consistent and just accepting what God has for me.
Sure. And why do people need to come see this play? Why do they need to invest and purchase tickets?
Well, first of all, you need to purchase your tickets because it is a movement. It's funny. It's gonna be like Rhonda said, you're gonna go through every emotion, but you have to purchase your ticket because it's gonna heal you. You're gonna have people after the show. You're gonna have people to talk to if those have been going through that similar situation. You have people you're able to talk to. You have people that you're provided with help.
Sure.
And that's what I love about it. A lot of times when you go to plays, you go and you just leave. You know, there we actually care. And it's more than just a play. It's like, this is a ministry. This is something that all of our hearts have to be in it in order to even be in this play.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you guys that are just now tuning in, we are joined with some of the cast from the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. It is written and directed by Rhonda Hopton, who is here in the studio with us. And so we are encouraging you to purchase tickets to be able to attend this gospel stage play. The tickets are $40. They are available for purchase by going to eventbrite.com and just typing in The Girl Who Never Cried. It's taking place on Saturday, November the 17th at 7 o'clock on the campus of Harris Stowe State University inside of the Henry Gibbons Auditorium. So y'all gonna be on the big stage.
Yes. My first stage play is on the big stage.
Yes, this is a big stage on the campus. And so, you know, we have a male with us, Mark Johnson. You play Uncle Maurice.
Yes, I do.
In this play, but I want to hear from your perspective. I'm going to ask for you to move a little bit closer to the microphone. And, you know, just your perspective as a male regarding this topic. How has it impacted you?
Honestly, it just made me more aware. Like, I have sisters, nieces, little cousins, you know, who this could possibly be happening to. So it just makes you aware of, like, certain things, and it makes you pay attention to certain signs of, you know, whether they may be going through abuse or not.
Okay, wonderful. So it's bringing awareness. This is bringing awareness. And so I want to also speak to some of you that maybe you might saying, you know what, I'm not a victim of sexual abuse. I hear it, but that didn't really, you know, come to my doorstep. But I believe that by going to this play, you're going to learn how to be able to minister and speak life to those that are around you that have been impacted by sexual abuse. As Rhonda has said, 1 in 3 people are victims or have been impacted by sexual abuse. You guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to give away 2 free tickets to the gospel stage play. So they are so kind where they are sewing 2 tickets to the listening and viewing audience of the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. Here's how you're going to get the free tickets. You must give us a call. Our phone lines are open right now. So call 314-969-6900. Again, that number is 314-969-6900. We're going to give away 2 tickets to the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. It's at Harris Stowe State University on November the 17th at 7 o'clock. 314-969-6900. Give us a call. We'll be back from commercial soon. All right, awesome. So the phone lines are ringing.
One thing I want to say too is
Yes.
I want to talk about one little bit about the stage play because I want to talk about the church scene.
Okay.
And that's really big, and yeah, I should have
Okay.
spoken. It's not just sexual. It's going to be physical. I'm focusing on physical abuse as well. So, yeah, but I want to talk about the church scene.
Okay. Awesome. So to those of you that are watching on live, I hope that you guys are calling in so you can get those tickets. I hope that you're calling in 314-969-6900. Yeah.
Yep.
Kennedy, are you excited?
Yes, I am.
The phone lines are still ringing, girl. They
want them
want those tickets.
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's worth it. So I saw something where you were like, you believe in God to have your play at the Fox Theater.
Yes.
And so that's like what I think when I keep saying, and I'm saying it here still, but I see like the Fox Theater.
And the quality of this play is going. The content. I know that it's going to take off. I know that this is not our first. And
Yeah.
no,
It's
this
not
is
the
our
only-
first, but this is not going to be our
Yeah.
only run of this play. So
Wow.
I'm excited about that.
How long did it take you to write it?
Actually write it. Well, it took me probably 2 weeks to write it.
2 weeks to write
But
it.
since we've been in the rehearsal.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to answer the call of the air? Let me use these right quick. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, let me do, so we're only giving away one set of tickets. Okay. Okay, so let me do the announcements first, and then we'll go to that. Okay. All right. And welcome back to the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. I am your host, Casey Starlong. And look, we've been having a great conversation with some of the cast from the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. It's written and directed by Rhonda Hopton. She is here in the studio with us, and we're encouraging you to purchase your tickets. You can get your tickets at Eventbrite. Just type in The Girl Who Never Cried. It is going to be a live gospel stage play on November the 17th at 7 p.m. at the campus of Harris-Stowe State University in the Henry Givens Administration Building. Before we go to our live callers who are the recipients of 2 free tickets, there are just a couple of announcements that I want to make sure that you know about. Now, we are going to have another segment of the Inspired Overflow Radio Show today. We're actually going to 4 o'clock. So during our second segment, we are going to be joined by Mr. Sal Martinez. He is with the North Newstead Association. They're going to be talking about a special, important community meeting on crime prevention in North St. Louis. And that community meeting is taking place on Saturday, October the 27th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the O'Fallon Park Recreation Center. So we'll be hearing more about that. Now, also what's going on Saturday, October the 27th, our dear friend, Apostle Robert Flowers, he's hosting a free workshop on mantles. He's going to be talking about the different ranks of mantles, the transfer of mantles, gifts and callings all aligned with prophetic mantles. That's taking place October the 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's free, y'all, at the St. Louis County Library, the Rock Road branch. That's on St. Charles Rock Road. And again, it's free and open to the public. All you have to do is just show up. Now let's go to our phone lines. All right. Okay, you guys, thanks so much for calling in. You are the winner of the 2 free tickets. Who are we talking to? Hi, you're live on the air. You are the recipient of the 2 free tickets to the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. Congratulations. All right, are you there? Okay, you got to turn down your radio. I think that's the issue. She's trying to listen to the radio. All right, caller. Yes, you're live on the air. Congratulations. All right. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to let this caller speak to Hernandez, who will get your information on how you can receive your free tickets. But congratulations. Thank you so much for listening to the Inspired Overflow Radio Show. All right, you guys, we've been having a great conversation with some of the cast from the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. And Rhonda, thank you so much for being so kind to give these tickets away. So we're excited about that. But before we went to break, you were sharing about sexual abuse, and we've been talking about the Me Too movement. But God has given you another kind of movement as far as like what's next, and it's called the I'm Still Here. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's called I'm Still Here movement. I started the I'm Still Here movement because I am a survivor of sexual abuse, but it's for people that have survived sexual abuse or physical abuse and they're still standing. But my mission behind the I'm Still Here is what God shared with me, is that you're still here, but I'm going to challenge you to say, now what? You have a testimony, you have survived, but what are you doing with it? Are you sitting on it? Are you sharing your testimony? Are you healed from it? What are you doing with this testimony? So I'm challenging the people who sign up for the I'm Still Here movement. Now what? And they're going to participate in our. They're going to participate in the stage play at the end as well. And then I have some upcoming things in January of 2019 for the I'm Still Here movement. And I'm anticipating this movement to be huge. I mean, I blasted it on Facebook at one time, and I had my inbox was flooded with everybody just contacting me and wanting to be a part. So if you do want to still be a part of the I'm Still Here movement, it is still open. You can contact me directly on Facebook at RhondaHopton.com, at Rhonda Hopton on Facebook, or you can go to my IG or Facebook at The Girl Who Never Cried. So, and just inbox me for information, or you can contact me at 314-433-9395.
Okay, so I want to make sure that we understand. So this is the I'm Still Here movement. So it's kind of like you're a survivor of sexual abuse or physical abuse.
Survivor of sexual or physical abuse.
You're a survivor of sexual abuse, and it's kind of like this is the next step.
The next step. I'm going to challenge you to live life on purpose. People say I'm challenging people to actually turn your pain into purpose. Because the Bible said if one can chase
1,000.
1,000. And two can chase
10,000.
10,000. If we all get to, I got 50 people inbox me within a day telling me their story. And that was just not, and it was all races, man, female, and I was just blown away. So I'm so excited because it's a lot of people that have survived this. A lot of people are still silent. It is not time to be silent. It's time to tell your story, because your story can help somebody else.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Mark, I want to pitch this question to you as the only male. And so I want you to talk to some of the men that may be listening or men that may be watching. Okay. Why do the men need to come?
To provide emotional support. Because there may be men who go through sexual abuse as well. There may be men who go through emotional abuse as well.
Absolutely.
They may have, siblings or, close friends who may be going through something. Like, they need to understand the type of things that go on. They need to understand that type of mentality. That way, like, as a man, you can give that support to someone. Like, as a man, like, I know it's very hard to show empathy and sympathy. So, like, seeing this play may, bring around certain emotions and be like, okay, I understand, it's not your fault, like, that type of mentality.
Sure, very good. So you guys, and maybe you're just now joining us, we are joined with some of the cast from the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried, and it's really Rhonda's story. It's based off of Rhonda's life, who is the director, she's the writer of this play, and it's for those who are overcoming physical and sexual abuse, and this is an opportunity to allow God to minister, to bring forth healing, and really to bring awareness to this issue. Rhonda, I know that you've covered this stage play in prayer.
Yes.
What has God put on your heart about what will happen to those that come and see?
Well, first off, I want to talk about my church thing, because as a little girl in church, and I went to church every day, and seeing this in church and having this be my pastor, who was my stepfather, and now as a grown woman, still believing in God and knowing that there's a God and knowing that I am called for a purpose and knowing that there is a God. Even though what I saw at 8 years old, at 9 years old, and going to church and seeing people scream and yell and shout and getting healed and delivered by this man, and he's going home and he's the living hell for us. So, but I had to go back and study and I had Lord pour into me, and I wanted to really come out on that church thing because there are so many people that are going to church not healed. They're going in church bound and coming out bound, and they're going and I'm really going to touch on that in regards to my church in my church scene, how people are going to church bound and coming out bound, and they're not really having a real true relationship with God. We're just going out of routine. We're going out of religion. We're going because this is what we've been told to do, but not really developing a relationship with God. So that part, I'm so very excited about my church scene. So because I think that there's going to be real healing, and that's just not even talking about sexual abuse. We're talking about depression. We're talking about low self-esteem. We're talking about homosexuality. We're talking about all the issues that people have dealt with. But I don't want it to make it seem like it's so going to be so very deep, because you're going to laugh your tail off.
You're going to dance as well.
You're going to dance. You're going to laugh.
All right, you guys. So you guys are hearing all about the gospel stage play called The Girl Who Never Cried. And so you can connect with this stage play on Facebook at The Girl Who Never Cried, Instagram, The Girl Who Never Cried. You can purchase your tickets on Eventbrite.
$40.
$40. Yes, that is great value. Bring your friends, bring your family, your church groups. Come out and support this gospel stage play on Saturday, November the 17th. It's taking place at Harris Stowe State University inside of the Henry Gibbons Administration Building. Kennedy. Kennedy. I can't believe that you are 10 years old and you are starring in this role. I want to just tell us how thankful you are for Miss Rhonda for selecting you in this position.
Yeah, I'm really blessed, thankful. I really love her so much. I'm glad that she picked me. And
Am I a little hard on you?
yeah, you are, and I understand. I understand why. When I have coaches that are hard on me, I understand why people are hard on me, because they know I have it in me.
That's right.
And we brought it out, didn't we?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you guys, we want you to come out. We want you to see little Miss Kennedy perform and in the starring role as the main character in this play called The Girl Who Never Cried. I also want you guys to come out and bring a friend, because there's going to be resources.
Yes. We've teamed up with We have teamed up with a company called Family Forward, and they're a large counseling organization here in St. Louis. They're going to come out. They're going to support us. They're going to be able to provide you counseling services and ways to get help if that has happened to you. I'm so excited about that. That connection, oh my God, they have the redevelopment of women, they have the Family Resource Center, and Family Forward has teamed up with this play and gotten back and behind us and became a platinum sponsor, so I'm very excited about that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So some of the takeaways that I think about this gospel stage play, Kiara, is that, first of all, it's based on a true story. Mm-hmm. This is not a work of fiction. And what I'm hearing from you, Mark, is that this is an opportunity for men to also attend and connect, gain empathy and understanding with what's taking place in the news. Rhonda, what I'm understanding is that God said that there's going to be healing that takes place. And Kennedy, what I'm also understanding is that how God has used your gift of acting, He's deposited that in you, even as a little girl. And God, to me, when I see that, is that God lets me know that there are many ways that He can minister to us. Mm-hmm. Some stuff He'll reveal at church, but also He can use a stage play to open up our eyes and to hear and to feel what it is that He wants to speak to us. Mm-hmm. So you guys, I want to thank you so much for coming by to the Inspired Overflow Radio Show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. And Inspired Overflow listeners, make sure you go out and purchase tickets
today.
today. Yes.
Yes.
Right now.
Right?
Yeah.
It's almost sold out. It's almost sold out. So
It's
Better come
It's
You gonna be
almost
mad if you missed
sold out. Can you believe that? It's almost sold out. So go to eventbrite.com, type in The Girl Who Never Cried. Tickets are $40. It's Saturday, November the 17th. We are less than 1 month away. 7 o'clock p.m. Sow into the kingdom of God. We have to support our writers, directors who have heard from the Lord and are putting on this production. Rhonda's taking a great step of faith, so we want to support her. All right? Rhonda, Kennedy, Mark, Kira, thank you guys so much
Thank you.
for coming by. We'll see you guys on the big stage. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by 2 individuals who are doing great work in the community, Mr. Sal Martinez and Michael McCoy. They're going to be talking about an upcoming crime prevention seminar that you guys need to be part of. So not only are we a church doing great work, but we're also putting feet to our faith. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
yeah, we're back quick.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm gonna go
Thank
take
you.
Cardi.